It's number 5 on Songs That Tell a Story Week.
Wow.
This one was voted on in the live stream, and it's a very special week, that one, because we did a little surprise, and instead of taking all the lists that got the most likes, this is one of the lists that got 1 like.
Yep.
Presumably from Shay Levshi is the username. Presumably they liked their own list.
That's the assumption here.
But we still, everyone in the live stream voted.
Yep.
So it's not like it was just random.
Well, what it was is we looked at all the one likes. Mike and I picked 4 to be then voted on.
Correct.
And so this one won. There's a lot of lists that only had 1 like.
Yeah. But we narrowed it down to 4.
Yeah.
The people in the live stream voted, and this was the week that won.
Songs That Tell a Story Week.
So there you go. If you want to join the live stream, if you want to vote, come on in. It's usually on Saturdays, morning time, California.
That's right.
Pacific Standard Time. So, without further ado, Coldplay. Classic.
I love this song. So many years hearing this one.
Yeah, I mean, you hear this in a grocery store.
Oh, some of the best places.
Just picking out avocados. But I've never seen this video. I really like the filter. It's kind of like
they're in a painting.
A painting in like a cathedral.
Yeah,
like a cathedral painting.
Like they're in the Mona Lisa, which is not in the cathedral, but
it is a painting. Leonardo da Vinci.
That's correct.
So, it looks like one of these, I was going to say Middle Eastern, Middle Ages. Middle Ages paintings. Which is
Middle
cool.
Western.
Middle Western. And they're kind of dressed in like this old like British suit. They look very like 1700s European.
Yeah, but they're not showing their calves and stockings, so I don't like it.
And that's not sexy for us.
No, it is not sexy.
But it would be sexy if they were.
Now, I think in the nature of this week, songs that tell a story, we need to figure out what the story.
All right. So one of the lines that popped out at me was something like, I realized my castle was built upon salt.
Pillars of salt.
Pillars of salt, pillars of sand.
Mm-hmm.
So you got a crumbly foundation, and that could symbolize what?
Is that the story?
Well, it can symbolize perhaps your ego has gotten control, or your obsessions or addictions. You have this sense of reality or sense of self, but its foundation is garbage. It's going to crumble and fall apart at some point.
I see him kind of more not using it as an analogy to his own personal struggles, but more of a description of a historical struggle.
That could be too.
That
like
was
a
when I
monarchy.
ruled the world.
Is he?
But
I mean, it does look like Napoleon Bonaparte here.
something or other. You know what I always loved about this song though is the drummer. I love how the drummer's
Slapping
just
the
got that big old drum and a bell.
What do you call it? A timpani?
I don't know.
I love the strings in this.
Yeah.
Dun 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 dun.
Dun.
So, I think aside from the story, I think it's kind of brilliant what they did. Kind of put in like classical instruments, and then but make a modern pop song, but also have like classical imagery. I don't know. I think this is pretty cool, actually.
I think I remember when this song came out, hearing it from Coldplay, like, dang, Coldplay is on fire. Like, they nailed it. This was definitely like, I feel like there weren't songs that were sounding like this when it came out.
Yeah, but it still
But
was
it
very
was
successful.
it was very successful. It was very accessible still, and you were just like, damn, they kind of changed. They just came out with a song that you kind of didn't expect, and it just hit so perfectly. That's what I mean.
Like this wasn't a trend.
No,
Like,
no.
Strings weren't a trend at the time, or like cello stabs, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll figure out the story as we go.
Wind blew down the doors to let me in. Shattered windows and the sound of drums. People couldn't believe what I'd become. Revolutionaries wait for my hand on a silver plate, just a puppet on a lonely string. Oh, who would ever want to be king? I hear Jerusalem bells are ringing, Roman cavalry choirs are singing. Mirror, mirror, my sword and shield, my missionaries in a foreign field. For some reason I can't explain, I know St. Peter won't call my name, never an honest word, but that was when I ruled the world. Hear Jerusalem bells are ringing, Roman cavalry choirs are singing. Viva, mirror, my sword and shield, my missionaries in a foreign field. For some reason I can't explain, I know St. Peter won't call my name, never an honest word, but that was when I ruled the world.
Whoa.
Oh, they got snapped away or something?
All right. So there's also the line that pops out to me is, I know St. Peter will call my name. So that's implying that he's going to go to heaven for.
I thought it was won't call my name.
Oh, won't call my name. I thought it was will. We're going to have to get some lyrics up on this joint.
Shoot.
Ah, crap.
You know, it's telling a story, but we're apparently not good at reading.
Well, listening, Joe, there's been no words presented.
That's correct. Viva, which just means
What are lyrics to
live the life.
by Coldplay? For some reason I can't explain. Oh, whoops.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're right. I know St. Peter won't call my name. Never an honest word. But that was when I ruled the world.
Is he the king being taken over?
So he's done some bad things. And he no longer rules the world. And he knows he's going to hell, is basically what he's saying.
But you know what? Sometimes that's just the life it is. Because he also says, It was a wild wind blew down the doors and let me in. Shattered windows and sounds of drums. People couldn't believe what I'd become. Revolutionaries wait for my head on a silver plate, just a puppet on a lonely string. Who would ever want to be king?
Dang.
So he's kind of lamenting being king as well. Kind of like, I don't know, it kind of sounds like he's saying like, hey, what do you expect me to do?
Well, I bet when everyone's after you and you're king and you're like, you're watching everything crumble, like, man, if only I wasn't king.
I just didn't make these choices.
If I just wasn't king, no one would want to kill me right now.
Well, I guess if you're king, you know, you're born into it, so there's a little bit of destiny that you don't have control over. But if you are like an elected official and you're getting overrun and you're like, why do I have to be this good? Why do I have to be me now? It's like, because you made all those decisions, you jackass. That's why.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, well, okay. The lyrics of Viva La Vida delve into the theme of power, fame, and the pursuit of success. It has been inspired by historical events. I got to click the link. I was just reading the headline.
my guess for some reason would be Napoleon. When you said Napoleon earlier, I was like, But then he's also talking about Roman cavalries and mentioned Jerusalem as well.
Jerusalem bells.
Bells are ringing. I guess Jerusalem bells could be anywhere.
It's a very long thing that I clicked on and I can't find it.
My brother can't read as fast as
Yeah,
like
it's
that
like
one
this
like that
whole
one guy
article.
who says he could read an entire book in like 3 seconds. You're not like that.
The African guy
Yeah.
on the game show. and and the judge is like, "What was that? What the hell did you just do?" He's like, "I read the whole book." Like, you did not read the whole like they weren't even like giving him even close to the benefit of the doubt. Like, just get out of here, you clown.
Mikey, so you're not that guy, huh? Actually, anyone can be that guy.
I am that guy, Joe.
Oh man, we can't even figure out ourselves, so we have to ask AI now.
I just wanted to see what it meant. Okay, the French Revolution, particularly the fall of King Louis XIV.
Fuck.
Joe. We were right with France.
Yeah.
And they have those blue coats.
They do.
See, those British fuckers had red ones, and we know that from our history.
That's the only thing we know
Red
from our
coats.
history. When was King Louis the Louis? Louis XIV?
Wasn't that like...
I hope everyone's like, these stupid assholes don't know about King Louis.
Where do they live? The big old mansion in France. What's it called, Joe?
Versailles. Or
Castle of Versailles.
Yeah, Chateau de Palace of Versailles.
Yeah, King Louis. At least we're not calling him King Louis.
I thought it was King Louis.
King Louis.
It's kind of
Song uses imagery of revolution, loss of power, and the speaker's acceptance of fate, suggesting a narrative of decline and transformation.
Well, when I think French Revolution, I think French Revolution, which was
Napoleon.
Which was not at that time. The French Revolution is in the late 1700s, not in the 1600s, early 1700s.
Well, I don't know.
But I don't really know anything about French history at all.
Yeah.
Besides
wine.
the fact that the Eiffel Tower was the tallest human man-made structure for a little bit.
Well, there you go. That's all you need to know, Joe.
Till New York City got it.
Also, I love Chris Martin's voice. I think we're so used to hearing it. They're like, yeah, that's just what he sings like. But kind of listening to it in this in this circumstance, with it, this isn't a Coldplay week. I've never seen the video, and we're just analyzing the song in this way. I'm just like, damn, he's got a great voice. And you start thinking about why is this song so good? And you're just like, well, the melodies are incredible. He's a great songwriter, and his voice is just awesome. Just sounds really good when he sings.
Yeah, Coldplay's a good band.
Yeah.
Surprised we haven't had a Coldplay week yet.
That's kind of crazy. All right, moving on to the next.